Welcome back, mateys. Today we continue our tales of the high seas with more real-life pirates, so prepare to walk the plank. Blackbeard. Blackbeard quickly gained a fearsome reputation as a ruthless and terrifying pirate. He took a ship called the Concorde and renamed her the Queen Anne's Revenge, and equipped his new flagship with 40 guns. It is Blackbeard's appearance, though, that has given us the classic pirate image. He was tall with broad shoulders. He wore knee-length boots and dark clothing topped with a wide hat. In battle, he wore a bandolier over his shoulders with 3 pistols and tied lighted fuses into his beard, trailing smoke in his wake. Blackbeard struck fear in his opponents. Most sailors would give up their ship upon seeing the Queen Anne's Revenge, rather than cross swords with the dreaded pirate. He took some 30 ships in his career, allowing him to expand his fleet, and had about 300 pirates under his command at the height of his power. In May 1718, Blackbeard gave himself the title Commodore, and after successful raids throughout the Caribbean, he sailed to what is today North Carolina. In a shocking move, he boldly blockaded the port of Charlestown. No ships were allowed in or out, and he took prisoners in exchange for medical supplies for his crew. Blackbeard learned there was a royal pardon being offered to all pirates who surrendered before September 5th, 1718. He took some 30 ships in his career, allowing him to expand his fleet, and had about 300 pirates under his command at the height of his power. Anne Bonny. Anne Bonny is possibly the most famous but elusive female pirate in history. For years, historians have debated how much of her life is fact and how much is fiction. It was said that the red-haired teenager had a fiery temper. One story said that at age 13, she stabbed a servant girl with a knife. Allegedly, she put a young man in the hospital for weeks after he failed to sexually assault her. We do know Anne married a small-time pirate named James Bonny who wanted her father's estate. William did not approve of Bonny and kicked Anne out of the house. She met pirate John Calico Jack Rackham and became his lover. Calico Jack actually offered money to James Bonny if he would divorce her, but Bonny refused. So Anne escaped with Calico Jack and became part of his crew, disguising herself as a man. Only Calico Jack and another fellow female pirate, Mary Read, were aware that she was a woman, until it became clear that Anne was pregnant. Once again, there were varying stories surrounding what happened to the baby. One was that she abandoned the baby. Another was that Calico Jack had a friend in Cuba that took the child in. There were even stories that the baby had died at birth. We do know that a few months after the birth, Anne rejoined the crew and married Calico Jack at sea. They took a ship called the William from Nassau Harbor, recruited a new crew, and spent time pirating ships around Jamaica. It was reported that Anne took part in combat alongside the crew. Governor Woodes Rogers even named her specifically in a wanted pirate circular published in the Boston News Letter. Francis Drake. Francis Drake, also known as Sir Francis Drake, began his life at sea at age 18. But in 1563, at age 23, Drake sailed with his cousin, Sir John Hawkins, on 3 voyages, raiding Portuguese towns and slaving ships on the coast of West Africa. They sailed to the Americas and sold the slaves to Spanish plantations. In 1568, Drake and Hawkins were trapped by a Spanish attack in the Mexican port of San Juan de Ula. All but 2 of the English ships were lost, and many of their crewmates were killed. Drake and Hawkins escaped, but Drake returned to England with what would be a lifelong hatred for Spain and its ruler, King Philip II. At the time, much of Central and South America was held by the Spanish and known as the Spanish Main, a much-desired prize for England. All the gold and treasures the Spanish had looted from the New World was loaded onto galleons in Panama. So we hope you enjoyed this second installment of Real Life Pirates. And if you are considering going pirate yourself or have visited Davy Jones's locker, please let us know in our comment section. Please like and subscribe, and remember, it's a great world.